Hey babe, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to talk about one of my favorite subjects, which is not exactly launching your business, but growing it and growing it in the best possible way, which is scaling. My name is Abston. I am the CEO of the Lux Life Academy and teacher to over 2,000 passive income hungry students. And today I'm super pumped to drop this on you because I think a lot of small businesses just don't have this information. So let's get into it. Stick around to the end of the video and find out some of the ways and tools that I use to outsource tasks so that I can grow my business not just faster, but the smarter way too. All right, so one of the very first tasks we have to start with is one of the most important, and that is customer service. Now, these things on this list are things that I outsource, right? Because I'm just one person. And though dropshipping is a skill and a type of business that one person can run, I advise that as soon as you have the finances and you are able, that you start getting as much help as you possibly can, as fast as you possibly can, because that way you can focus on tasks that generate you money. You always want to stay as close to money generating tasks as possible. That's why you're the boss. That's why you're the CEO. So these other things you can outsource to other people so that you can stay focused on that. So the first one is customer service. So your customers are obviously the most important puzzle piece of your business, because without them, you don't have a business. You're just running around, looking crazy and paying Shopify $29 a month for nothing. So if you were to outsource your customer service to a professional, that would be super helpful for your business, because you're the CEO. You don't have time to be responding to every single, email inquiry, every silly little frequently asked question that you get. That's taking time away from more important factors in your brand. So I love to start there. Not only that, another really cool benefit of outsourcing your customer service is that now you've got someone whose full-time job, or maybe part-time, depending on where you are in your business, is to answer emails and answer phone calls and be in the chat, right? So now a customer doesn't have to wait. Let's say you make this a job that is, 9 to 5. Those are your customer service hours. Now there's someone who between 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. is sitting on a computer ready to answer those customer questions. So they don't have to wait 24 or 48 hours for you as the owner to get back to them. There's someone whose full-time job is to answer their questions. And I guarantee you that you are going to get a lot more sales if you do this, because if a question is answered really quickly, a person can move a lot closer to checking out with you, and they'll really think that your brand is cool and A1 because someone is on it when they need some help. Number 2 is product descriptions. I love to outsource product descriptions, but it does take a while to find someone that is good at this and who writes in your style. So your product descriptions are exactly what they sound like. It is the copy that is used to describe a product on your website. I like to outsource things like this to copywriters specifically, because this is their full-time job. They understand the language. So here's a tip for you. Whoever you outsource this to needs to be a person who understands your brand. Don't just send someone the picture of the item. Make them understand what your brand is about, what your brand voice is, who your customer avatar is, what your target audience is looking for, right? Because that's the difference between a decent product description and an incredible product description, because I could describe your product for you, right? Any entrepreneur could probably describe the product for you that's in e-commerce, but it's a game changer when you elevate that and you have someone who is a professional copywriter who understands exactly who you're trying to talk to, and they can use the language that makes sense for your brand and makes sense for your customer. All right, the third thing that I really like to outsource is content creation. Now, even before we get into that, when I say outsource these things, I want you guys as new business owners to be able to do these tasks first yourself. It's really, really important because you can't judge the work of someone else unless you know how to do it yourself. You can't properly judge it. You don't know how long it takes to get done. You don't know what's a fair price for this. Not only that, you're going to be kind of beholden to that person, kind of held hostage to that person, that freelancer, because you can't do the task yourself. So big suggestion for all of these tips is to absolutely have an understanding of how these things work on your own before you outsource them. The outsourcing part is when you've gotten to a place where you understand how to complete the job, you're decent at completing the job, but you want to lean into more revenue generating tasks in your business instead of having to be the person that does these smaller tasks. So content creation could be pictures of your product. It could be content for social media. It could be content for ads. It could be content for emails, whatever, content that you need for your brand. This could be something that you outsource because content creation is extremely important, but it can be very, very time consuming, especially when you get into social media, because the things that work for YouTube don't work for Instagram, and the things that work for Instagram may not work for Pinterest or TikTok, right? So this is a really major thing to outsource for your business so that you can be doing other things. All right, number 4 is uploading to Shopify. So this one is super, super easy, but it's something that takes time. When you add a product to Shopify, especially as a drop shipper, you have to change the product description. You have to change the title of the product. You have to select what colors, what sizes. You have to do the price. You've got to put the pictures up. You've got to put the videos up. You've got to figure out where everything is going to flow. You've got to add these widgets and whatever little puzzle pieces that make your product make sense on your actual website. That is a task, and that task can be outsourced to someone else so that you as a CEO do not have to do it. It is a major, major, major time saver. And my fifth recommendation for things that you should outsource when you're ready in your business so that you can grow and scale is order processing. So because we are drop shippers, order processing is super, super easy, but it still needs to be done, right? And it takes time. So order processing is along the lines of checking to make sure that all the addresses and the phone numbers are correct, that the size that was ordered matches the size that is on your sheet for the day, that the order is valid and correct. Maybe if you have any red flags with the payment, all of those little puzzle pieces go under order processing. And this is something that you can outsource in your business so you do not have to be the one doing it. And just another thing on scale, guys, growing and scaling are two separate things. So growing can hurt. Growing pains are a real thing in business. Scaling is kind of more doing things with intention and setting up systems in place and automations in place so that your business can grow, but in a structured way that nothing suffers, nobody falls apart, everything makes sense and still works like clockwork the same way it did when you were a smaller business as it does as a larger business. Okay, so here's my question for you. You know, I got a question for you every episode. What are you outsourcing in your business? Or are you stuck in a space where you are still DIYing every single little thing? Or are you ready to delegate tasks and get some help? I would really love to know. Word to the wise, outsource and delegate and do it quickly. Trust me, your business will thank you. All right, that is it for me this week, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe to my channel. Let me know in the description box what type of content you guys want to see from me, what else I can teach you about dropshipping. If you need more direction on how to tap into this incredible business model, check the link in the description box. I've got something for you. I teach a 2-hour free masterclass for beginners so that they can learn the real ins and outs of dropshipping. This is a class you do not want to miss. And if you click here, you can get in. All right, that's it for me, guys. I appreciate you so much. And let's keep this conversation going on Instagram at Get Rich or Get Drunk Trying. I'll see you there.
Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll. And it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Ayy, on the road, here